Welcome back to the crypto altcoin trading capital of the world, where profit pimps, altcoin kings, cryptilians, and crypto crackheads come to unite and trade altcoins that move very vigorously, if I could say that word right. So I'm going to cover Fantom, Luna, and Solana here in specific regards to price action. So before I do that, please stop, drop, and do what the sign says, and take a quick minute, because this is going to help me provide you with more content moving forward. And let's get after it. Fantom, it looks like it's going to hit this line. So if Bitcoin stays at least neutral or strong, Fantom's probably going to race up to this line. Timing on that, I'm not for sure. However, on a weekly basis, I have a feeling that it will have one or fewer red weekly candles before it hits this line. So if Fantom were to chill out for a couple weeks, maybe one small green candle, one small red candle, then a green candle, then another green candle, and it takes 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks to hit that line, which is, let's call that longer. The longer it takes to hit it, the higher it will likely go, because price does respect these lines. However, last time though, on a weekly basis, it wicked up yet to the next one. So what could end up being happening here is you could get a wick up to it first and then chill out. But regardless of when it hits it, sooner or later, it's probably going to chill out after. It's probably going to chill out for, I would say, potentially up to a month. And now, when I mean chill out, it could keep going up, but I think it'll go up with this line if it does. Retest. I don't think it'll go up to the next origin line that I have drawn in. I mean, these lines are they're getting mad respect. I mean, honestly, this chart is pretty, this is pretty standard stuff. It's a really pretty chart. On the weekly time frame. So let's say it wicks up, let's say next week. That would put it at $2.22. Let's say it takes 4 weeks or whatever. That would be $2.55. So now, when it does hit though, I would assume it wicks past this line just like it did here, but maybe not quite that high. I would say something more like this. I would say it would wick up. So that would, so I'm not gonna try to guess the timing on this one. That's going to be pretty difficult. But if Bitcoin stays neutral or strong for the next 4 weeks, which honestly it might, Bitcoin might race past all-time highs. That's probably what's going to happen. I would say between 1 and 4 weeks, Fantom will hit that line, and then once it does, it might chill out, which could mean up, sideways and up, or it could be a potentially even more bullish chill out where it comes down to recheck stuff base, and then that would give it a better power to come up to the next origin line. Sometime around October, put it at closer to $6, potentially in October. I would actually guess more November, $6, but that, and it would probably, it might wick up to here first, then come down and meet this line. Now, if Bitcoin does pass all-time highs rather soon, what could happen is it could go all the way up to the next origin line. This could happen. So if Bitcoin starts raging, I would move it up a line, because it'll hit that, then come down to test this line, and then use it as support, as opposed to potentially using it as resistance. So depending on how hot Bitcoin is, it's either going to be that's the play or this is the play. And if Bitcoin rages and it comes up, hits this line soon, that would only be $5, right? Which is lower than the amount if it took longer and then raced up. That would be in October, November, that'd be well over $6. So if Bitcoin rages, I would say this line, and if Bitcoin stays normal, up, or good, okay, I would say this line would be your target. All right, so let's go to Luna. I don't have origin lines drawn on this one because it's a little too young, but let me try this out here. I might have to put it on something like the 8-hour. Yeah, that's probably the line. So that's going to be like my is that my master line? Hold on. Actually, this might be my master line. Yeah, this is my master line. All right, so I'm going to make everything parallel to this because this is getting so many. So see how I did that? Look, very important area here, resistance. Very important here, support. Very important area here, tanked. Very important area here, resistance. Even though it's going up, but it's still using that as resistance. Very important area here, resistance. Very important area here, support. Very important area here, all-time low. That's my master line. So everything I draw, I will make parallel to that, and I will simply guess the spacing between it. And a lot of times I actually don't have to guess because I'll get other important areas, something like that. So now the second one, I know roughly how far to put away because you have resistance, resistance, wick up, resistance, support. So when this flies up, it's going to hit this line. And if it flies up in September, it's going to put it at 60. It's going to double. Now, I think my more so that's midterm analysis. I'm pretty sure the recent analysis I made on this, which you should go to my to a previous video that I made on this with a quite different thumbnail. I'm going to make this thumbnail much more obvious and flamboyant, but I think I said that this needs to chill out. But on my midterm analysis, this is looking pretty good. I mean, I think this asset has what, if Bitcoin stays strong, obviously. Actually, these lines are probably going to hold up. I have enough data to make these lines, actually. So these lines are good. These lines are going to hold. Oh, yeah. This is moving just like a machine, folks. See, so let me zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. And if this stuff's cool to you, even the CRYPTILIAN, the lowest tier that I have on Patreon, I do this stuff live for whatever coin, you know, somebody comes on, and you don't have to type. It's not like you're on a chat room. You could get on, look me in the face. You have your camera on if you choose, as long as you showered, have a shirt on. But you can get on and ask me. And then, or some people, what they do is they like this. They say, hey, I drew my origin lines, and they share their screen. What do you think about this? If this stuff's interesting, because these lines work, folks. They just work. Anyway, so yeah, this one gets the support here, the resistance here, support here, and that's what it's got. So it just flew past. So yeah, given that it flew past an origin line, I do think this would need to chill for a bit. However, so that's your midterm analysis. Now let's do a quick short-term analysis here. The daily, okay, so I'm looking at the daily RSI. It's had a lot of rejections under its EMA here. Okay, so 1, 2, potentially 3 now. RSI could base off of here, get lower, and then try it again. All right. But it's going to get a more powerful move. It can come down slowly, not tanking, but tag this line, kind of move sideways down, which is kind of a bullish flag type of deal. If it hits this line, it's going to get a better move. And like I'm saying, about a month. I mean, that's 20, you know, that's 20 days. So it is possible it gets another strong pop before then, or a decent pop, but it's not going to be nearly as strong as if it chilled out for about a month. So I'm going to give this 20 days. I think it needs to. I think it needs to come down and hit this line somewhere around the 20th. So I'm going to actually leave that on there. That's what that's telling me. So let's go to the 2-day. Sometimes, a lot of times the 2-day totally disagree. Now 2-day kind of agrees. Yeah, you got a lot of bearish divergence here. Bearish divergence meaning RSI is going down. See how it's making making lower highs here on the RSI, and this is making higher highs. So one is higher, one is lower at the same time, which means bearish divergence. Yeah, this needs to chill out. And so on the 2-day though, a lot of times I love using the 2-day Stokes. 2-day Stokes, honestly, if you want to know when might be a good time to pick it up, look at the 2-day Stokes. When 2-day Stokes hits this line, there you go. That might be a local bottom before it tries it again. And let's see if that matches up with my RSI time frame of, September 25th or so. So it's kind of like make a How does it move down? Sometimes it moves kind of, so actually it moves kind of straight down. Yeah, so it doesn't wiggle too much. So, yep, look at that. September 26th. Haha. Yep, there you go. Yeah, this is going to chill for a while. I don't think this is, but that's not bad. Because what you could do now, if you're holding this, is you could take some profits, go move it into something ready to pop. As this chills, and then once it's down or sideways a little bit, and you made a better pop out of something else, you sell that, you 100 bag it, and then move it back in, and now you have more Terra Luna. That's simple. So honestly, if you're a holder of this, Pokemon cards of Luna, if I held this, which I do not, I would take 20% profits of my Luna bag. So if I had 1,000 Luna, which that would be a lot, that'd be 34. Let's say I have 100 Luna, I personally would sell 20 of them. And then I would immediately put in buy orders for about 18% lower than current price. Or 20. I would actually kind of pepper them. I would put a couple, so actually let's just look. This is what I would do. It's not financial advice. I'm clearly talking about Pokemon cards, which is for entertainment only. Luna Pokemon cards. So current price. Yeah, it's going to tag that line. Yep. Somewhere around there. Yeah, it's going to hit that. So I would put in limit buys after I sold that 20 for between, let's just call it $27 and $27.88. I would stratify some limit buys with that 20 that I sold. So I sold 20 of these. That would give me $680. So I'd have $680 if I did that. And then what I would do is with about 200, I would probably put a limit buy. I would stretch this out and I would make a box around here. So the candle bodies here, I would buy between these candle bodies. And so if I can make this a lot bigger here and I had $680, I would do $80 at the top, right at that line. I would do 200 here, just a little lower. I would kind of, spread it out a little bit. How would I do this? So there are, you should go to my YouTube video if you're not a patron, or if you're not a patron, you don't have access to that other material that I have on how, straddle orders. But I do have a free version of that. And I think the thumbnail has like shapes on it, or like a choo-choo train even. It's a really babyish one from my early days here, but it's a really good video. And so go to that video, and within here, you can see different strategies on how to buy back, right? And I tell you the advantages, disadvantages of each. I think there are 4 different ones. And so I would go to that video for reference and then try to buy back there. So that would be my game plan for this coin. And again, if you like this kind of stuff, this is what I do all day, like nearly every day in the community, particularly Tuesday through Friday. I have videos on this, and my community members come on and chat with me live. So, and this isn't a community coin, so I'm okay giving you sell targets and buy targets on this one, which I don't do for community coins. And plus, it's such a big asset, and I don't have 500,000 subscribers. I'm not gonna influence price movement most likely on that big asset. Solana's not done. It's not done. It could be. It might have 3 days of hesitation, but I think it's going to do it again. So I don't know which one will be my master line yet. And if you're viewing this as I'm doing this and you haven't hit like yet, just smash a like for me, and write a funny comment, even if it's "you suck, LOL." I think it's kind of funny that once somebody's into a video and they're new and they scroll down and see a bunch of likes, a decent ratio of likes, but then all the comments say "you suck, LOL." Like they're gonna be so confused. So take a quick moment, hit thumbs up, and type in "you suck, LOL." Or you can say "you suck, not LOL, seriously, you suck," or something like that. Just do something for me, because it helps the algo out as well. If I'm going to e-beg here, we might as well play fun with it and trick or confuse the hell out of a group of people who come to my channel. All right. So as I get higher, I try to make these closer together because it's logarithmic, right? Those two are a guess. That one's not a guess. This one fits exactly. I would say this is your sell target. I think it's going to hit this line. I don't know when. Might be 1 to 4 weeks. Could take, actually, maybe not. No, it won't take 4 weeks. It could take till the end of September. So if it does hit it on the last day of September, for example, it would be higher, right? Because the longer it takes, this is an increasing line. 253 bucks would be a target. If it did it more immediately, which it kind of looks like it's going to, because it needs to chill out soon, but it's not ready to chill out. It's going to print some bearish divergence most likely if Bitcoin stays strong. So if Bitcoin tanks, this is going to tank. I want to be very frank with that, right? So, and I bet it hits that line in a week, maybe over the weekend. So so if today's Sunday, the 12th would be Sunday. I would say by September 13th. Actually, by Wednesday, September 15th, I think it'll hit that line. Because that's usually when you get a lot of the price action is on Wednesday of a week, the correct price action and the correct. So let's do this. There you go. That's my guess. Now, this is if Bitcoin stays strong. I want to be very frank about that. Now, let's make sure there's not more divergence going on. Now, everything's looking really good. I mean, even the 8 hours. You do have some bearish divergence on the 8 hour though. But it's making higher highs right now. Yeah, you're so what's probably going to happen is this. Something like the 4 hour chart is going to have about 4 mountains of bearish divergence, kind of like Veracity did during its pop in April. So if you go to RSI on the 4 hour, you take off RSI itself. What I mean by mountains is the EMA. So you have 3 already. And so regardless of how low this comes, and this is the 4 hour, so it can come down here, price will be okay. You'll probably have it come like this. So the EMA goes like that. Bam. September 26th. That's kind of stretched out though. Let me try that one more time. Peak. Why didn't that work? Oh, it doesn't show me the days on RSI? Okay, whatever, I'll just count. 14 days. 19th. Yeah, like that. Yep, maybe, yeah. So RSI saying somewhere around the 19th. And what did I say over here? The 5th. Yeah, it's close enough. So 15th to the 20th. I'll put 15th through the 20th. I'll extend my guess just a little bit. And when it does, what it'll probably do is it'll come based on here, wick pass, come back, maybe use it as resistance, then support, something like that. That's probably how it's going to move. So yeah, if you liked what you saw and you're new, go ahead and look in the description section. I give you exact examples of what it's like to be within the community in different tiers, so you can try before you buy, essentially. Like, do I like what this fool who looks like a chicken with his yellow hair, do I like what this dude produces or not? And you can decide, hey, is this worth my investment and my time commitment to checking out the community to be, in a profitable crypto journey. So, it's not for everybody. A lot of people want their hand held and say, buy now, sell now. I don't do that. I give you the tools. And a lot of times my members, they do I do a buy and sell target. And they actually, they ask me, hey, why wouldn't you sell at this line earlier? And I say, well, because this and that. And I say, it could stop there. And then what happens? It actually stops there. I just had that happen on Polk. I had a VIP say, what? Before it stopped there, he goes, yo, I think it's going to stop at this line, which is a daily horizontal, but there's nothing there on the weekly. And I said, no, I think it's going to come up here, then maybe base on it. And he goes, no, I think it's going to stop there. And he goes, I'm selling here. I don't care. And it's like, do it, man. Like, if it's profitable, sell it. Don't worry about what I say. I give you the tools. And he's just using basic stuff that we talk about, but he's doing it on a different time frame, making that guess, and it actually ended up working perfectly. So I don't hold hands exactly, but so if that's what you're looking for, the community's probably not from you. But I try to give you the tools with educated guesses. Good. Usually my guesses on altcoins when things are going up are pretty solid, even on timing, pretty solid relative to anybody else you're going to find on YouTube. But make sure it's for you first. And also before you go, just stop, drop, and try to do what the sign says. Hit some like if you haven't for me. Leave me a funny comment. You suck, LOL, and we'll see you next time.